Steve, of course, just hours before this is due to commence, we've recently heard about just how this trial will be conducted.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this is highly watched because it is the first one under the national security law, which was, of course, promulgated onto Hong Kong in the late hours of June 30th, so nearly 1 year ago. And the alleged crimes of Tong Yin Kit, who is going to be standing trial under two main charges of the national security law, starting today, later today, starting at 10:30 here in the High Court. He's been charged with inciting secession as well as terrorism for allegedly riding his motorcycle into a police barricade, carrying a banner that called for the liberation of Hong Kong. So it's being watched very closely because that alleged crime was committed within hours, within 24 hours of the implementation and the gazetting of the national security law, which, let's be frank, had very little public consultation beforehand. So I'm not saying riding a motorcycle into a police barricade was legal before the national security law, but the right to demonstrate was legal in the hours before the promulgation of that law. So we're going to be really looking at how the judges, the panel of 3 judges, keep in mind there will not be a jury for this trial. There'll be a panel of 3 national security judges in the High Court that were appointed to handle such cases by the Chief Executive, Carrie Lam. And we're going to see how they interpret both the basic law, which is the mini-constitution here, as well as the national security law, and what conflicts and how the judge will interpret both of them. Because let's keep in mind, Article 27 of the basic law says Hong Kong residents have the right of association, of assembly, of procession, and of demonstration. However, the national security law criminalizes secession, subversion, collusion, and terrorism. That's why we're going to be looking at this very closely.
So, Steve, how does this case compare to the more high-profile Jimmy Lai situation?
Well, Jimmy Lai, obviously the billionaire tycoon, the owner of, founder of the Apple Daily, Next Digital, he is in jail now serving a separate 20-month sentence for illegal assembly during the protest time. He also faces charges under the national security law. This will be the more high-profile case we're assuming when or if it goes to trial. He is charged with or accused of requesting a foreign power to impose sanctions against the Chinese government and the government of the Hong Kong SAR, as well as other collusion charges. That will be the high-profile one, especially given the impending closing down, if you will, this week of the Apple Daily and the role that that newspaper served in society as a voice for the pro-democracy camp, which, of course, is on life support here in Hong Kong.